That's a suspicious rock over there that doesn't have anything on it where a dragon sleeps. And so we figured out that that's where the dragon kept his treasure. But instead of checking for traps like a bunch of smart people would, we immediately went over and tried to pick it up, and then we almost
Well,
drowned in acid.
our smart character is gone, so this is just how it's gonna be. Yeah.
You bastards better have all picked up dragon scales.
He disintegrated.
Oh. Well, I'm cool.
So
I guess.
I actually looked it up, and real gold and silver and a lot of things don't dissolve in acid. However, this is magical fantasy black dragon acid, so it's gone.
I mean, if you guys want to go swimming in the acid,
Wait, did
look
I
for
call
gold.
my time sheet?
Acid is actually aqua regia.
We're actually not even sure that it's gone because nobody went back to check, but also nobody wants to go swimming in acid anymore. Oh, also,
Yeah.
Spencer was like literally huge with gargantuan strength. It
Is he
was
still?
great. Technically, yes, for about a minute after the after we escaped from the cave.
Did I cast enlarge on you or no?
You did, yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
That was earlier.
I did that.
Oh yeah.
I figured that you would be proud of this.
Oh, this chicken isn't done yet.
And because
I'm eating
of
chicken currently, and it's delicious.
and because of everything that went on, including Raoul giving me resistances to stuff and somebody giving me like temporary hit points, I think also Raoul. I took a total of like 15 damage standing in a pool of acid for 3 turns.
It was probably some of the best teamwork that we've had. Honestly, everyone did something
Except Raoul.
successfully. No, Raoul was actually helpful because he played support like a cleric is supposed to.
Like a cleric is
Yeah.
supposed to.
Yeah, you know.
Depends on the kind of cleric. If you were a war cleric, then it would be a different story.
Hey, a death cleric
And
can
you
be
support
offensive.
people by murdering people.
Yeah.
You know that death clerics are actually not supposed to be available to players. They're not even in the player's
Interesting.
handbook. They're in the Dungeon Master Guide for villains.
Interesting.
Oh, well, D&D Beyond had it, and I snagged that real fast.
Yeah.
I swear, guys, Raoul is not a villain character. I swear. I would never play an evil
Alright.
You're
character.
thinking about Brittany's track
It's actually
record
just
for
Tassilo.
characters. Tassilo
It's
is a villain,
just-
obviously.
Yeah, it's just Tassilo.
I think
Yeah, he's just Tassilo, and that's why he has fangs.
Yeah.
I think Flea might also have been doing some villainous stuff on the side.
She was not
He was
against
cutting off
being
everybody's
illegal.
ears.
Yeah.
I like to
Burn down
think that
someone's
Spencer,
house.
like, looks exactly like that. And we all look like realistic, and he just looks really, really weird. That Futurama episode.
Isn't it funny how your brain inputs this stuff into the game?
Burned as a child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100 divided by 5. 40?
Who is this guy, Walleran? Walmart man?
Tolerant
he
is
was-
the he's a priest of Jergal.
Oh yeah, I
who
remember.
You guys found in the cave. I explained him a bit
Yeah.
when we were talking about
I
what he
remember.
was up to.
I did not fill out my timesheet. Oh crap!
Idiot. Did we rest at all ever? Just curious.
We did before the acid trap, but not after.
Yeah.
No.
Um,
Yes.
You did take a long rest after the fight with the.
Okay.
Are getting splashed by some acid. So his hit point total is actually lower than max.
Can't believe
Spencer
Hamilton
took
ran
some
away like a.
damage. Arcanon and Raoul were fine, of course.
For once.
Everything's loading slowly.
How's Hamilton?
We made sure he
Hamilton is
was
safe
safe.
and
I had him
sound.
take no damage because I figured that having your pet get killed while you weren't present kind
Would
of
be
a jerk
upsetting.
move.
He was also by the doorway, which the acid didn't really go next to.
He also probably was in the ground a bit.
All right. So, Brittany engaged in some RP with Alaran. They've been just chatting by the fire. If there's anything you guys would like to do before setting out, now is the time.
No RP from Spencer.
Arv is having a long time with Hamilton. Not Wink.
Do I just have to,
Oh,
I'm
no.
gonna be AFK for like 10 minutes because I have to fill out my timesheet.
And Chew.
Mm-hmm.
Rude.
He says he's away from keyboard, but is he really away from the keyboard?
Well, I am here. I'm just doing my timesheet on my work laptop.
Sometimes I feel like I can still hear him.
Unfortunately. Raul, Arv, anything? Oh. Yeah, so Arv,
Oh yeah, I have
you're,
info to share with everyone.
hanging out with Hamilton. Now, Hamilton has never in his life seen something like that, much less understood it. Now, being awakened, it's like the world is so much bigger than I thought. So much more confusing.
Yes.
Does it get any easier, my lord?
I was gonna say, please call me Arv. That's my name. And I suppose it does get a little easier. You'll still be overwhelmed from time to time, but it definitely gets easier. My son.
Alright. As I will think on this. Says so strange. As I can remember things that happened before. Says back before he gave me this gift of intelligence. I could only react to things, but now so many thoughts. So I'll think on this and try to sleep. You see that he's speared some small insects on the end of his stinger.
Oh, nice old
And
self-sufficient
now he'll
boy.
eat a few, all philosophizing to himself.
I was gonna say, rest easy, my friend.
Alright. Raul, I guess you're chatting up Walleran. We didn't get to the end of that conversation, so just if there's anything to add.
Well, I won't add
Or
anything unless
Arcanon.
he adds.
Oh wait,
He's AFK.
AFK. Rude.
Arcanon's mom's gay.
Alright.
Well, Raul's gonna break off from
In that case-
Walleran.
Breaking up with Walleran.
Yeah, it was.
No,
It was a
It was
one-night
nice while it
stand.
lasted.
don't do it.
Gonna say, all right, listen up, everyone. I sent out a sending to our absent caster. She's not doing so great, but we don't really have time to go get her right now. The voice is handling it, sending someone else, so hopefully that can get taken care of while we take care of this. And he'll kind of subtly nod toward Fibic because Walleran is present. Alright. So we kind of know where she is, and the voice is tracking her.
Okay. Spencer will say, so it's time for us to continue going towards Widowmaker?
No point in wasting any daylight. Right, halfling?
Says, ha ha, wasting daylight. Well, my wraps are fine, so I'll be protected. Says, as we draw closer to the mountain, I'd have you all think about what you're doing, as maybe I don't want to return to the living. I'll follow you as far as you go, as my master has ordered. But know that I disapprove of your mission.
Yeah, maybe you'll change your mind by the time we reach the top.
Trying to get up here, Arwen?
Since we're all so chummy.
What if Fibbik gets cured and everything, but he's still just an asshole?
After, when Fibbik gets cured and then he immediately dives into the pool of acid or whatever it is in the future.
Yeah, it'll happen.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, I was about to say that wasn't hidden. I didn't notice until it was moving up there, but
What?
I was trying to lay the map on a different, map, and I'm like, what? Where is it?
I didn't even see
I guess it just took a really long time to load.
Ral's
What am
gonna
I
lean
not
down
Anyway.
and count
Okay.
his vials in his bag.
Some wiles.
I'll say I grabbed some stuff we can sell in the city once we're there, even though most of that gold's lost now.
oh yeah, Spencer also has a giant sword with him now.
Oh yeah! You gonna drag that everywhere we go? I'll leave like path in the sand.
Cloud Strife sword or like a giant's sword?
It's a giant
An
sword.
actual giant
Yeah.
sword.
Nice.
He'll just shrug and says, "I can carry it. I figure it might be worth something later on."
Yeah, well, if we had a horse still, it'd be easier.
Yeah, about that. Let me figure out how much that weighs.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. It'll take me a minute to do that, so you guys don't have to wait for me to figure that out.
Really just a few pounds.
I'm back. What's happening?
Nothing yet. We got an update on Jane. That's about it.
Vivek vocalized how he disapproves of the party's mission and asks them if they've ever considered that maybe he doesn't want to be cured, as you so kindly put it.
If someone wants
Says
to
he's-
punch him in the face, you guys have full permission.
Don't worry, guys. I bought manacles in secret, but I don't think I don't think I told anyone. Don't
You got a
worry.
manicure in secret?
That too.
Go.
He says that he's following the group simply because his master told him to, but if they try to cure him, that they can expect some resistance.
We get to fight Fibbik. Let's go.
Actually, when he says that, I'm gonna look at Arcanon while I'm going through my bag, and I'll turn my body so that it's between Fibbik and Wallerin, and I'll lift out manacles from my bag like halfway, and show them to Arcanon, and then put them back in.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Hey, do I see these manacles?
You'd have a better chance than Wallerin or Fibbik.
Manaclize me. Roll.
The huge great sword weighs 24 pounds. That's easy. I can carry a lot. I can carry...
That's not even heavy, man.
No, I'm like... okay. How much could your horse carry?
Oh man, I took it out of my inventory, but I think it's a couple 100 pounds. That horses can carry. It's a draft horse too.
It's like 250 or 350.
Okay.
If I remember correctly.
I am literally stronger than your horse. I can carry 480.
Well, it might be 500. Let me look. Draft horse.
And if you
Draft horse. The horse is dead anyway.
well, yeah, but
540 pounds for the draft
I'm
horse.
literally stronger than a dead horse.
I'm stronger than that dead horse over there. I'll offer to carry stuff. So what I got isn't that heavy.
That juicy.
The strongest creatures in the game, I just looked this up, with 30 strength and gargantuan size, can carry 7,200 pounds.
Just like Brittany's dead horse.
I just bought it. I'm glad I'm not poor anymore. That would have been like all my money.
Hey, Mr. Arv, how long does your Enlarge Reduce spell last?
Probably like 10 minutes. Let's see.
Just make up a number.
1 minute.
Okay, never mind.
10
It's
minutes, 1
theoretically
minute.
possible that I could carry basically 1,000 pounds across the desert if I'm large size.
There's our pack horse.
But I have to be large size. I can only be large by myself for a minute.
If you were an insect, you could be large for 10 minutes.
That's interesting.
Because the giant insect spell.
Mm-hmm.
Which actually doesn't. It doesn't.
It doesn't make an insect giant.
Yeah, it makes it one. It makes it 2 classes larger, I believe.
It usually makes it medium. The medium insect spell.
Well, I can make a giant.
That's a scary sized insect, though.
I'll keep that in mind.
Who had that?
Ralph's gonna look over his shoulder at Walleran and say, "You got money to get you towards an inn over there in the city?"
Says money will not be a problem, as it's the traversal that concerns me most. However, Jagal has smiled on me so far, as much as he does anyway. He says, "I believe I can make the city. We're not far off."
Are there any
Pulls
cities
out a
on
map
the
and compass and starts making some calculations.
Are there any cities on the way to Widowmaker? I can't remember at this point in time.
It's just flat desert.
Yeah, the closest one is Imbru that we were just in.
Okay, yeah, there's none around Widowmaker either, so Spencer is not super comfortable leaving this guy.
Yeah.
But if he says he can handle himself, he can handle himself.
Let me see my spells. No way, did I get rid of that? Protection. Okay. 8 hours. How long? It took us half a day to get here? Or full day?
It was a full day's travel.
Which is how many hours?
I think according to the rules, you can go for 8 hours before you need to rest.
Perfect.
You can continue going on afterwards, but you risk exhaustion.
Okay, I'm
Which
gonna.
is Brittany's favorite status condition. So.
Bro, I had 2 characters at the same time that were exhausted one time, and I wanted to die.
To it as well.
It was so bad. It was 2 levels for one of them at least.
I've twisted my ankle a few times.
I'm gonna go up to Walleran and say, unfortunately, we don't have time to go back. We have things that we need to take care of. But, and I'll touch his shoulder and somatic and say some magic mumbo jumbo and cast Death Ward on him. Say if anything attacks you, this should keep you at least. If they hurt you bad once.
Says to receive this blessing at the hands of a doom scribe is a great boon indeed.
Listen, man, you could just say thanks.
Great doubloon.
Says, yes,
Sure.
of course. Thanks, Raoul.
Yeah, that's much better.
Meanwhile,
Dying in your sleep from you slapping me down.
I would like to breathe out of my left nostril at one time in my life.
I'm sorry.
Spencer will come up and punch you in that one.
Please, I was literally just thinking that because I had like my finger all the way up my nostril, pressing against my septum. And I was like, if somebody broke my nose from the left side, I wonder if that
Would
would
it
fix my
help?
nose.
Yeah.
Okay, Oh!
That was a fun noise.
No, it wasn't. Wow, well, it wasn't a good roll.
Your knowledge gives you no confidence.
Very sad.
Sorry, I phrased that wrong. I mean, you don't know,
Okay.
basically.
Alright, well, I'll say, may you go at the time you're called and not earlier.
Says, as Jurgal wills.
Yeah, bro. Do like a little
Yeah,
Jurgali
See?
chest bump with the gang sign and
Gang sign.
yeah. Say, don't waste your
Anyway.
daylight.
Walleran will go
Don't
out
waste your
on
life,
foot.
kid.
Unless anybody has anything else to say to him.
what was the last thing you said?
Walleran is going to leave, going back to Imbru, unless anyone has anything else to add for him.
Yeah, I'm gonna over my shoulder, shift a little bit and grumble at him and say, take the horse as long as you kill it once you get to town.
With a shoulder shift. What is he, a necromancer?
He's a necromancer.
Oh.
Actually, a priest.
He may or may not be a
He's-
necromancer, but he can do
He's
necromancy.
necromancer?
Basically basically a necromancer.
Yeah, basically.
Like not a true necromancer, but basically.
Yeah.
Not to overgeneralize,
In that
but seems
zone,
like a necromancer.
You know,
Yeah.
You guys are stereotyping.
He'll
Anyway,
say,
with
wait
your
until I'm out of
permission,
sight.
Raoul, he's going to go over to the horse's corpse. He's going to take out a little knife and he's going to start inscribing runes into its bones.
Oh, yes.
Alright, I'm gonna
Right in those bones.
start
baby.
walking ahead so that I'm out of vision of that. You all coming?
Yeah, let's go. Let's go do it. Let's
Do it.
Let's get
Let's
to
get
it.
to
Do it.
to Widowmaker. Hope none of you are married, because I have bad news about this mountain.
Oh.
Exactly.
Hope none of you played Apex Legends. I mean, Valorant.
I hope none of you play Apex Legends anyway.
Hope none
Game
of you play
sucks.
D&D.
Well, Arv is less than a year old, so probably not married. Arcanon, he breaks all the hearts. So,
Of course.
probably not.
Festus, ugly as hell.
And Raoul is Raoul, so definitely single.
Hey, man. Look at his poor little face. You
Hamilton
really
will
gonna do
climb
that
up
to
on the
him?
shoulder. Yeah. Alright. Everybody go ahead and roll a D100. Actually, somebody among you go ahead and roll a D100.
Wait, let me do it.
Yeah, let's...
Curtis
Go
can
ahead,
do
you've
it.
been gone like half... No.
Oh, yeah, Zach, you've been gone if you want to do it.
Since I've been gone. Just a D100.
Aw,
Yeah.
so nice.
Everybody spit on it.
I should have let him do it.
Everyone spit
I
on it.
sat on my
Come on,
screen,
Curtis.
Zach, but all it did was short it out.
Right
Curtis
now.
ain't got no spit on there.
Nah, I'll pee on it.
Alright, that's like
Don't
double
pee on
spit.
it.
That counts as
This is
double.
damn ass rock. You want to keep it pee on it? D100. Oh.
Maybe Arkin.
I don't know if that's good at all.
Easy, dude.
Let me consult my chart.
Oh, this is not
So
good. I don't
easy
like it.
that I'd do it again.
You do it again.
All right.
Do it again. I dare you.
Gonna get goofy on you.
That's interesting.
Oh, that's not good.
Now everybody go ahead and roll perception check. It's DC 12 and half of you have to pass.
I'm gonna perceive.
Easy.
I got you. We got you. Arv, why you rolled twice? Oh, never mind. That was your
I'm a
D100.
perceiver.
Don't worry.
We're
wait.
perceivers out here, okay?
Hold on. The most important member of the team hasn't rolled
The
yet.
least perceptive member of the team, he says.
The most.
Yeah, you
Watch
got like
this.
+1 to wisdom.
The unperceiver.
You
Come on, man.
You fools, you've been defeated at last.
Well, does that count as half passing? What does that do?
How would that be
Well,
half passing?
fortunately for you, Arv's perception is amazing.
It is.
Anyway, as you cross the long sandy dunes, let me pull out this map here. Give some atmosphere.
Atmosphere?
Atmosphere.
The atmosphere.
I mean, also, Ralph
And
literally thinks Arcanon's a bumbling idiot at this point, man.
Idiot.
Even with that knock spell.
Arv does not like Arcanon at all.
Oh, poor Arcanon. Oh, man.
This is
Arv hated Arcanon before it was cool. Okay.
This is
one
the first
hates
experience.
Arcanon.
This is the first experience I had with Arcanon, and he totally saved my life by opening that door. That was pretty cool.
So you hate
But
That's true.
but he also might be a wizard, so you're on thin ice.
Hey, this is the desert that those robots were in.
The funny thing is, if
Yep,
Arcanon wasn't a
map
tiefling,
because-
Ra would not even care that much.
Sometimes you don't
Because
get a
it's a
new map
desert.
every time.
Understandable.
Is this map loading properly? Because for me, it's still really blurry.
Yeah, it's fine for me.
Don't matter.
It looks fine to me.
Looks like sand.
I guess the important thing is that it's empty.
Your
Yeah.
mom's blurry.
Anyway, what you guys see is, as you're crossing over the desert,
Oh, no.
Arv, you notice an unusual mound among the dunes.
Look at those mounds.
Looks like it doesn't belong. Doesn't follow the natural curvature of the windswept sand.
How far away is it?
Yeah, it's well within your path. You can check it out with no
Within my
problem.
path. No.
Arcanon just like has his hands in his pockets and is whistling as we're moving along.
My water spell is not in my spell list anymore.
Wait, is it not?
I just didn't prepare it.
That's not good.
Well, you had a long rest while you were absent, so feel free
Oh,
to
right.
adjust
I
your-
probably wouldn't have. I also
In
thought
the
about
desert?
that, and
Stop
oh,
being
wait.
honest.
Oh wait, I do actually have a water spell, but it's a different one. But
Very
I'll use
good.
it anyway. I'll use Tidal Wave. A 10-foot wide and 10 feet tall
10
wave.
feet.
Just knocks down Arcanon.
30 feet long, 10 feet
Arcanon
wide,
is
and
not
10 feet tall.
paying attention.
Okay.
For future reference, I'm pretty sure that tidal wave magically disappears when the spell is done.
It does.
But I'll let you do it because it's hilarious if you knock down Arcanon with a tidal wave in the middle of the desert.
I don't care about that. I was just gonna hit the mound.
Oh, no.
Anyway,
Do the rest of us see it?
I'm gonna say, hey, look at those mounds.
Okay, I'm gonna prepare,
Nice mound.
Alright.
mountain.
Yeah.
if it's a
We're all
Farum,
gonna
I will
Arv-
shoot it.
see the mound
Arv
as well.
probably wouldn't even say anything. He probably would just immediately cast a giant tidal wave in the desert and then go investigate what was
Okay.
under the mound. So
Then no preparations unless our rolls were high enough.
Look at those miles. So yeah, I'll cast a big old wave that's a tidal wave.
You easily
Conjuring.
destroy the mound of sand, revealing its contents.
Oh,
You find
Treasure.
a partially skeletonized corpse.
partially.
Is he leathery?
Partially. It looks like the sand preserved it a little bit.
Oh, he's leathery.
Is it a humanoid?
Yeah.
Mhm.
You see that it's covered with some armor that has some banners attached to it.
Banners.
Yeah.
Bruce Banners.
Given the party makeup, I'll have Raoul and Spencer recognize it immediately. That this person was a member of the Netherese military.
Oh.
He was a member of the
Given that it's
Anunnaki.
buried, it looks like perhaps killed in some battle or lost to the desert.
Does it look like 14th century
Yeah, is it old?
military?
Yeah, go ahead and roll history.
History.
Oh, history.
History.
Also, somebody can roll medicine.
I'll roll medicine because I found it.
And I'd like to roll history because I don't want to roll medicine.
I'll roll medicine because I want to roll medicine. Still stranded in the desert,
Oh,
Squiddy.
Spencer.
I can't.
Alright. There's something weird with, like, I can't see the bottom of the rolls. Anyway, 18.
Yeah.
Spencer knows nothing. Roll, you can see that based on your own history, this unit was lost some time ago, maybe about 35 years ago. So this corpse has been here for a long time, probably.
All right.
Alibi.
Checking it over, you do see that he has a little bag that has some stuff inside of it. You can see from the,
Oops.
I guess,
let me do it.
bulges in the bag.
That
He
was
also
my
has
tidal
armor
wave
that,
damage.
despite the age, looks just brand new.
What was the medicine check for?
Oh, that was for... I guess it's just corroborating what Raoul knows. You see
okay.
that this guy has been dead for a very long time.
I see.
I'll point out that these military symbols belong to a pretty old group. Went missing over 30 years ago. I wonder if there's more bodies. I'm gonna go up to the body and start looking for any identifying paperwork with a name on it.
Alright.
Arcanon's going to suggest that we don't get too distracted from our search of the Kieran.
Yeah,
It's
Mr.
really
Spencer's
an
gonna.
insufferable person.
That dude's dead. I'm gonna walk to the top of this dune and keep an eye out while Raoul satisfies his curiosity.
Raoul's gonna say to Arcanon, this will only take a second. Just looking for some paperwork.
Chill out, dude.
Okay.
Also,
Raoul,
tidal
you
wave is a crazy
find
spell.
going through the bag. There is some paperwork here, but it's in tatters and illegible.
No.
However, you are able to find a name on his armor.
Oh.
That it's Malant of Zenith. Go
Hmm.
ahead and write that in chat.
And he has the Zenith blade. Perfect.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna ignore the stuff
Uh,
unless there's anything interesting in there.
Keeping an eye out, I'm going to. Actually, I guess I should ask the DM first. Is there a Netherese equivalent of dog tags? Because at least we can return his. At least we can return the symbols to his family.
nope.
Okay.
The big military generally does not care enough about its people to do things like that.
Yeah.
If you want the body back, you'll have to get it yourself.
Raul's gonna write something down in a little notebook he has and pray over the body and then come back to the group.
How did Esfel die again?
With that,
Killed by red people in the boom.
yeah, when Vorden died.
Oh yeah. Rip.
Okay. Small loot items. If you want to rob the dead,
Yeah, I was just over there for the name. Other people can look at the body.
He's not using that anymore. I'll take any. I'll see if he has any magic relics of any sort.
Oh, you passed me some potions last time that I forgot to write down. It was some potion of healing and an oil of etherealness.
I passed you potions?
No, Raoul did.
Okay, because I
Did
am
I?
a potion passer.
Do you want me to
Well,
look at what they were?
I'm scrolling up now.
Oh, okay.
Oil of etherealness, potion of supreme healing.
Get it twisted.
There's also a scaled ornament, a stirring scaled ornament that I don't think anybody added to their list.
No, I just took the gem of brightness and
Oh, I didn't take anything
a
because.
diamond. Only
Actually,
Arcanon and
no.
I were over in the mound thing.
Wait, did I get anything?
Nope.
This wasn't from the. This was actually from the dragon himself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm trying to. I'm looking at my Williams stuff to see. Oh, okay. I didn't take anything.
alright, looking through some of these.
Because if nobody else is going to take that stirring ornament, I can definitely use it.
What does it do?
Plus scaled ornament stirring. There's also a scimitar that I think Raoul took.
Oh yeah, I did grab that.
But the stirring scaled ornament is some ornament. It gives you advantage on. Sorry, you gain a +1 bonus to AC. You cannot be charmed or frightened. And each creature of your choice within 30 feet of you has advantage on saving throws it makes to avoid being charmed or frightened or to end those conditions on itself.
Does this
Does this
require
require
attunement?
attunement?
Yes.
Sounds like Daniel could use that.
Arcanon is not his path. Arcanon tells you guys you can have whatever you want. He's good. I have quite the stuff.
Seems like Arcanon wants all our treasure.
Arcanon wants all our treasure.
Of course.
Oh yeah, when I walk back from the body, I'm gonna go over to Arcanon and say, "Oh yeah, this is yours," and drop 430 gold into his hand.
And I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna say, what's this for?
130.
All right, I'm adding the scaled ornament to my equipment. I'm attuned to it now. If anybody wants it, fight me for it. But
I'm not taking anything
Finally
from this
figured
guy.
out
Hold on,
what this
hold
guy
on.
has on him.
I gotta hear
I gotta
He
hear
has
Raoul's
20
song.
obvious. He has 20 obviously magical arrows
Hello.
in one bag,
What are you
and in the
doing?
other bag he has a small pocket watch that has
You can't
survived
get up.
ages, a dark blue crystalline ball, and also his armor that he's wearing is in perfect condition.
Well, I
Everything
will
else is
definitely.
in tatters or is long since rusted.
Is
away.
Fibic trying to take anything?
As the moment that he notices you guys looting, he's stepping over.
I'm
It
definitely
looks
gonna
like he
take
would
those
like to
arrows.
shove somebody aside, but he's thinking about it.
I'm still keeping
gonna take
an eye
those
out. You
arrows.
guys can figure out what those are. That's smart people
And-
things to do.
Yeah, I am the only. Oh, actually, I forgot Arcanon's a wizard. A sorcerer.
A wizard.
Also, I'm a cleric.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. We got a mostly caster
sorcerer.
team.
The
Okay, so when
wizard.
I hand the I'll hand the gold to Arcanon and say, your goddess of luck gave it to us at the temple.
You said 20 magic
And
arrows.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
say,
say
I put it in the.
I'm gonna
I'm gonna try to
hand
hand it back.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna say
uh, keep it.
keep it. I'm sure your group's gonna need it for the kind of the trials ahead of you.
So when we're going up a mountain, what do we need it for?
It
It says, I'm sure that won't be the only trial in your uh in becoming of the coming days.
All right. Well, if you don't want it, I'm not going to leave it out in the desert. I'll put it back in my pocket.
so
So
rude.
rude.
Brother man. I got a 1.
Oh,
you-
no.
you take it.
I know about those arrows. Surely I do.
Can I glance
It's a
over at the
real big
ball Arcanon is looking at? I mean, Arv.
All right, Arv, to you, this is a really big marble.
I don't care about
Raoul,
it.
go ahead and roll Arcana.
Wow, with my really good Arcana check? Let me just
I
glance
also
right
had
over.
a good Arcana check.
I do not have a good Arcana check. I have a.
Oh.
Thought it was gonna be a 2.
Huh. That would be funny.
Check out
That would have been the
here.
only appropriate roll, to be honest.
Honestly, that's true. Ral didn't go to school.
That's true.
You know that it's a magical item, but you are unable to identify it just by looking at it.
Okay.
Because the DC
Weird.
was 13.
Damn.
Oh, man. Oh, that's messed up.
It's a little,
It's a little messed up.
That just ain't right, bro.
Yeah. All right. Well, what does
Wow.
Arv do with it? Does he put it in his pocket or just like throw it away?
He doesn't care about it. He's just gonna leave it there.
Okay. Well, I'll pick it up.
Rather leave it.
I say don't just leave valuable stuff laying around, Atman.
Yeah, you
Or he's gonna say,
idiot.
I didn't. I took the magic arrows.
This is probably worth more than the magic arrows.
A glass ball.
No
No
wizard has ever used
Hamilton.
them.
Let's go, Hamilton. I wouldn't want you hanging out with the wrong people.
Yeah.
The wrong sort.
All right.
Alright.
Is anybody taking the pocket watch or the armor?
Don't care.
Can any of you guys even wear armor? Other than
I
me
wear
and-
armor.
So.
Other than me and Spencer?
I don't think that I can.
You can. Druids can wear light and medium armor, although
Oh.
there are cultural restrictions against wearing armor made of metal.
Well,
as
I'm not a
splint
culture. Okay?
Yeah,
Yeah, how dare you?
armor. Splint armor is heavy though, so you
Well, I don't
don't
want
have
it.
the proficiency for it. I mean, you could take it and sell it, but
Oh,
whatever
yeah, I
you
forgot.
want.
Isn't Hamilton wearing that special armor that I had crafted for him for special?
Especially?
Especially special?
I guess so.
He
I
do.
don't remember what it was made out of. I
It
think
was
it's scale mail.
adamantine because you spent. Oh, it was. Maybe it was
not
scale.
adamantine.
It was whatever
It was-
cost a lot
It was a lot of money.
because you spent all your money and we had platinum.
I did spend all my money, but it was mostly on the dragon vessel. I got him. I don't think I ever put it in my equipment, in my backpack or anything.
I think it was plate. It was
Oh,
something
it
high
is.
quality.
It's cast off scale mail.
Yeah, I was wrong, like
And
3
on a class
times,
of
but
14.
pretty good.
Good to know. For Mr. Quilliam also.
All right.
I'm gonna bury the body back under the sand.
So nobody's taking the pocket watch or the armor.
I mean, Argner will just take what others don't. So if the
What a
pocket
nice
watch.
guy.
You're gonna disrobe this dead guy?
It's
Yeah,
a
that's messed
pocket
up.
watch.
Watch,
How's
how's
pocket
pocket
watch
watch
disrobing?
disrobing?
With his
Are you taking the armor or no?
No,
No,
someone else should take the armor though.
It's
My armor is better than that.
his
Oh.
run-of-the-mill military armor.
Hey,
buddy.
I ain't.
Raoul's
I'm
not
gonna take
undressing
the
this
armor.
dead guy. After Arcanon takes the
roll
watch,
Arcanus.
I'm gonna put the sand back over the body.
The wet sand?
Yeah.
Now wet sand.
Wet sand TM? You better roll a
Gross.
Arcana check, Mr. Burtis,
What?
On the pocket watch?
on the bucket watch.
Yes.
Oh, well, don't worry. Arcanon's
Oh.
Arcana is out of this world.
Arcanon touches the watch and he's just sent back in time.
Again.
Further.
Yeah.
Even further.
It turns out that Arcanon is the original ancestor of all people. As he
Of
goes
all
back to the
tieflings.
first people.
Arcanon
And
is
all of
his
you
own
suddenly
grandfather.
grow horns and beards. Alright, Arcanon, you know with precision exactly what this is. This
Ooh.
is a common magic item distributed by the powers of Mechanist called a clockwork amulet. They've
Orange.
spread these things throughout the multiverse in hopes of
Multiverse.
spreading law and their influence. This thing has a single... Yeah. Once per dawn, you can forgo rolling a d20 roll and accept a 10 instead. You also
Ooh,
add modifiers to that.
that's
Did you
pretty
know that
nice.
Mechanus was going to be the original Atman god?
It would make
What?
sense.
But
Kind
he's
of.
not.
No,
Alright.
it's
So
better.
a little bit,
What you
a
can...
little piece of divine law that you can call on once a day.
Hey!
Good thing you're not a snooty cleric that...
Yeah,
Yeah,
No.
if I was a snooty
cleric,
cleric, I might have to just, like, kill myself.
The good
Hey,
thing Curtis.
Don't tempt the snooty clerics that want to kill themselves.
It's a good thing Curtis already doesn't have any like lucky things that he can change
Yeah, that
his
would-
rolls
Yeah, thank goodness.
with.
Imagine.
If nobody's going to take it, Vampire Fibic has no compunctions about taking that armor.
Oh, he'll
He's gonna
take it.
compunct.
You bet he will, because I said he will.
Raoul will
got him.
My
turn...
NPC that I control.
Raoul will turn his nose up at that, but not stop him.
yeah, who
Who
cares
cares
about
about
Demo's
Demo's
roll?
roll?
Roll!
Roll,
Dear God,
Mega
man.
Man.
You would derobe this man?
Anywho, that's the only thing of interest that happens during your day of mostly just wandering. You guys set up camp and have an uneventful long rest.
Ooh.
I would like to try to brew 2 potions.
I would like you to
Overnight.
not talk like that.
Okay, go ahead and
Ever
roll
again.
herbalism check. Wisdom-based
Alright.
herbalism. You know the drill.
Wisdom-based herbalism.
Also, everybody consume rations.
Rations.
Yeah, consume those rations that everyone eats.
I bet you get rationized. Oh, that's my last
Rationized.
ration.
Hey, rations. Hey, you go hunting, I can cook you some good food, and I'll also cook people treats because I like treats.
Oh, never mind. I have one more ration.
I
we rolling?
finally did it!
Raul's the only one
Brittany's-
rolling anything.
Okay.
Raul, you successfully make 2 doses of your stone.
Yay! Okay. Raul is very pleased with himself as he buries his little potion bottles and drinks one that he already has.
What's the DC of that check now?
Did it go down? Or right now?
It's gonna go down again. I just want to know where it is.
Okay, right now it is a 16.
Alright, well now it's a 14.
Yay! Oh, so cool.
Look at that practice paying off.
Yay! Good job, Raul. Good job rolling well. Okay,
Boo.
I'm actually just gonna add 1 because I'm thinking 1. tonight.
Boo.
Stop.
If there's any RP or spell changing around for you fancy druids and clerics, you can take care of
Elman.
that.
Don't think so. Don't think I will. I smashed my thumb between two weights today, and it's very sore. I just want everybody to know that.
I'm sorry.
Why
I'm,
do
ma-
that?
I'm making more cookies at the end of the long rest for everybody.
Cookies. Whoa! Why
Gigantic
is Arcanine
Arcanine.
giant?
Big
That's
old
about
Arcanine.
That's the correct size of Arcanon's mom.
What?
Got
the-
Wow.
Arcanon's mom, who hasn't even been born yet. That's how fast she is.
Is it possible to clean these
Alright.
blankets if the blood has dried? Can I like scrape it off with the sand or something?
Why don't
could
you
ask
get
your
the?
good buddy to
I don't
give you
even
some
know
water?
what kind of check that is. How about you go ahead and roll? Yeah. Too bad the wizard is gone and nobody cares for
Yeah,
some
no
reason.
prestidigitation here.
Not packs.
Alright. There's no water here in the desert. I guess you could try to scour it with sand, or you
Yeah.
could
You could
all
use your
just
precious
spit on it.
drinking water for this purpose.
I would like
Everybody
to
spit on it.
scour it with sand.
Everyone's spit.
Actually,
Okay.
I'm gonna turn to Arv and say, think that wave of water would kind of clean these blankets off? They're pretty disgusting.
Suppose.
I mean, we're going to sleep anyway, right?
Oh, I thought we already slept.
Yeah,
No, no, this
we
is
did
before we slept.
I was gonna say, yeah, put it over there,
Alright, I'll lay it down over there.
approximately 10 by 10 by 30 feet away.
Okay. There are 4 blankets, I think. All disgusting.
Oh, they're
blankets.
gone, man. They're gonna be gone.
No.
You actually wash them away. They're not even clean. They're just gone.
There's
They're
4
destroyed by
blankets.
the
Unwoven.
floodwaters.
They're unwoven.
You're
You
able
just got
to
a pile of
clean those
strings.
things real well with
Yay.
a combination of water and scouring them with sand.
Hey, Ra's
Blankets
gonna...
take 19 bludgeoning damage.
Yeah. They're all frayed now. Ra's gonna
It's a really
slap
good
him on the
spell.
back and say, hey, thanks, Druid. Hey.
That's me. That's me. That's the guy.
Alright, now you guys got clean blankets so that you don't freeze to death in the mountain. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Oh. Did you use soap in that water?
Well, listen, my clothes aren't stinky, and maybe you should have bought some cold weather clothes, like I told everyone to, but now you get a stinky blanket.
Well, I already got a bedroll.
Mm-hmm. You can walk
And a
around with your
blanket.
sleeping bag
And
around
a
your
wet
legs.
ass blanket.
They'll
Actually, I guess it
dry in
doesn't
like an
stay
hour
wet.
in the desert.
No, oh, I literally did have shape water. It's a cantrip, and I'm just trolling.
Oh, well, whatever's
Heck.
gonna clean it.
Yeah, but isn't it shape water require water? It's not
I
create
don't think
water,
it
it's shape
generates
water.
Yes.
I'm sure I could spit on it and then just shape the water all around,
I'm
laboriously
finna
cleaning
shape.
it inch by inch. Anyway, yeah, you guys get your long rest in. Now, with a new morning, who's going to roll our D100?
Really quick, because this might impact something. I'm making cookies. Do you want me to roll again?
Cookies.
That's part of a feat, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, in that case, don't you do it
No.
for... I have to look this up.
The I
Doesn't it
make
just
cookies feat.
Yes. You've had me roll a couple of times, but technically the feat just says I can make
chef
treats.
You know how hard it would be
Yeah.
to make cookies on a fire?
Provided you have ingredients and cook's utensils on hand. Okay, what do you want to make? What do you make it out of?
I
Cookies.
get Would I don't know if I actually would have done this.
Wood
I might have
cookies.
done it for one day, but last time I made horse jerky, and I would probably have done it one more time, but that'd be the last time I meet.
In
I'm laughing because I thought you said you were gonna make treats out of wood.
Yeah, that's what I also thought you said.
Here, guys, here's
Here's your cookies.
sawdust.
In an African country, they make mud cookies that satiate your hunger, but provide no
Anyway.
nutritional value.
Yeah, I suppose you'll definitely have some horse jerky left over. Raul, you can definitely have some if you want. But yeah, that'll work.
I'll take a
All right,
jerky.
everybody can use a bonus action to eat this, and you get 4 temporary hit points,
Yay.
which technically lasts until you take another long rest. So eat it as soon as possible.
I'll eat it right now with the side of my rations. Not as a
Brittany,
side.
you're muted.
4
Oh, wait.
temp.
Actually, I'll eat it as soon as we wake up.
4 temp?
4 temporary hit points.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. While everyone is around the fire, how long does this? Do ritual spells take 10 minutes to cast?
Whoa,
10 minutes plus the original casting time.
Nice. 11 minutes. Do you think it would take 11 minutes to break camp and cook?
Rob?
Sure, definitely.
Okay. Well, I will be casting with a ritual, so that I don't have to waste a spell slot. That's so exciting. Rao's gonna take his horse tailbones and be shaking them and throw them on the ground and kind of looking over what they land on. So I'm casting augury, William.
Augur
Alright,
eyes.
with augury, you need to have a specific course of action in mind.
Oh,
The more
yes.
specific, the more useful your answer is
Climbing.
going to be.
I want to know if is it a question? Let me see.
So is this a good or bad thing or neutral thing?
Okay. Climbing the mountain to search for the keyring. Do I need to be like more specific than that?
Yeah, well, the more specific you are, the more useful your answer is.
Okay.
If you ask a very general question, you're likely to get a response of wheel and woe, which is not
Okay.
very helpful.
Alright. Raoul's gonna shake the bones and think
You stupid bones.
yeah,
What bones?
will climbing this mountain if we reach the top, will we find a keyring there if we search long enough? Is there a keyring at the top of the Widowmaker Peak? That's my question.
It's not like a yes or no answer. Anyway, you get a response of wheel,
Oh!
which means good omens.
Okay. Alright, I will.
Devlin Bowman's
What's that from?
Master Disguise.
Oh. Alright, I'll pick up my bones and smile and look at everyone and say, well, looks like we might find something good up on that mountain.
Whoa.
Spencer's going to look at Raoul and say, we've been traveling in the desert for 2 days. You're just figuring this out?
I didn't see you trying to do anything like that with your sword.
You hired me to take you to the top of Widowmaker Peak.
I didn't hire you to do anything.
Specifically, your patron hired me to take you to the top of Widowmaker Peak. I was kind of hoping you'd have figured out if you wanted to go to the top of Widowmaker Peak before you hired me to take you to the top of Widowmaker Peak. This is not my problem here.
I don't like your tone, Spencer.
Yeah. So what's the difference? It says it's going to be good.
I'm just saying, like, your foresight might need some improvement if you're waiting until literally right now.
Yeah, well, at least I'm not carrying out some giant blade when we're not going to be in a city for days.
Who needs foresight when you have divination? Okay,
Ooh.
Spence.
We were going there anyway. You can go back if you want to Imbrew.
You literally hired me.
Again,
Yeah.
it wasn't me that hired you.
Raul, listen, I'm not that good at this, Raul, but you might need to take one of those classes on that thinking thing that people try to do sometimes.
I'm gonna say, whatever, let's just keep walking. You're welcome. Grumble. Put the
Alright.
bones back in his pocket.
So who's rolling the D100?
Not me.
Okay,
Can
I
I do it this time?
Do it, Arcanon.
Listen, I found loot when I did it, okay?
He did find loot.
That ain't no loot roll.
6, yo!
That's a bad roll.
No,
That's
80. I heard
stealing.
86 is the champion roll.
I heard
That's-
that 86 is the you're bad roll.
That's the unicorn roll.
Unicorn.
Unicorn's gonna come and teleport us to exactly where we want to be.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Good job, Arcanon. I knew you could do it.
No,
Oh, you've been mean to me. I don't want to hear it.
You killed me. You killed Rao. Okay.
And
I'll do it again.
Do it again.
Alright. Going back to everybody's favorite Big Dune map.
Doom.
That's beautiful. Doom. Whoa.
Dunes.
Dune and Gigantic. I said dunes because it's covered in dunes.
Dunes.
Okay. Loading. Alright. As you guys proceed along the way, you encounter something you haven't seen in a while. Living creatures, in this case, a big herd of sheep.
Any people around herding said
Somebody
sheep?
find a crook.
Yeah. Any
Nope.
shepherds?
Looks like wild sheep.
Wild,
Ooh.
overgrown
They're
sheep.
often
Wild sheep is.
they're off in the distance, though. Everybody roll insight.
I cast Awaken on the sheep.
And it's
You're
like
going to sit in
like
this one
Babe.
spot for 8 hours.
like Babe Pig in the City. Holy crap! Is that insight?
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah.
Well, 11.
I got this. Well, still higher than 11.
Not higher than 17.
Yeah, well.
Let's see that smart roll. Advantage.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are so insightful.
Oh,
But you know, some of us more than
Question
others.
arises.
no.
You guys think, and you're like, wait a minute, this is the Unrock Desert, this lifeless wasteland.
Eeks.
Everything you found here is dead or in trouble. What are these sheep doing out there by themselves? Who tends to them? How do they survive?
Yeah, first thing I'm doing is looking around for people.
You see no people.
We have to find the alpha sheep.
Is this a Faerun trap?
No, he looks like he's like bald and he looks like Andrew Tate.
Oh, no.
The top G sheep.
No!
Oh man.
I don't know what that means.
You're lucky.
You're a lucky
yeah,
man.
very lucky. That's a good thing.
It's like 100 sheep.
That's a lot. I mean, does this remind me of the trap that was set earlier by the 3 Kreen that I ran into in the cave?
What would we even do with
I mean,
sheep though? Like what?
You can just
Something.
remember that if you want to.
Yeah, but I mean that's true. I'm gonna cast how far away are they? Are they that close to us?
They are quite a whiles off, hundreds and hundreds of feet.
Oh.
You can see them because you're passing along the top of a very large dune.
I feel
And
like
you recognize them as sheep because the air is clear and visibility is good.
we're not gonna murder some sheep for some meat or anything. I feel like we could just be like, huh, whoa, sheep. In
and
passing.
then pass on. Yeah. Well, look, sheep
Yeah.
like city people. Yeah.
Yeah.
I vote
Cows.
to avoid the sheep.
I
Well, I
say
wasn't
we
gonna-
approach the sheep.
Yeah, I
You
wasn't
can
gonna
approach
murder
that
the
sheep if you want.
Yeah, I say.
Oh.
What does Raul say out loud?
Maybe it's a
Raoul's gonna
druid.
say, there's creatures in the desert that lure people in with promises of food
Sheep.
and water. Maybe sheep. So I say we just carry on.
And Archidon is gonna say,
No.
"Oh, Raul, you can't just live life always thinking what could go wrong. You have to enjoy
It's
the
much-
moment."
It's
Uh,
much
I
better.
can't live life
What
being
will go
afraid of
wrong?
sheep.
Yeah, Raoul's gonna lean in and say, "Watch me."
And I'm gonna.
And his
Well,
eyes are like
Archidon's gonna say,
crazy.
"Well, I'm gonna enjoy myself," and he's gonna go over to the sheep.
Oh man.
Alright, it's a sizable walk to the sheep. Are you guys going to hang back
Oh.
where you
Oh.
are? While
Like
Like
How
how
much
much
of
of
a
a sizable?
Hundreds of feet.
hundreds of feet. So
Yeah, can we, like,
it
just-
would be
Take a couple minutes.
Can we move back to here?
It's only
Only
a
a couple
minutes.
minutes.
I'll still do
it.
Raoul will sigh
Spencer's
really
actually
loud.
going.
I'll wait till
Spencer's actually going to join him, partially because wow, that's kind of a stupid thing to do, but partially because what if these sheep are just poor lost sheep, like figuratively and literally?
Don't care. That
I'll
ain't my
follow
problem.
them halfway so that I'm close enough if trouble happens, but I don't really want to be right there next to the
I
sheep.
missed the part where that's my problem.
Yeah. Arv, the least idiot out of everyone right now.
I miss Jane.
All right,
All
so
right,
I'm
so I'm
going
going
Yeah.
to these sheep.
DM,
Well,
can you move the
examine
people
these
back
sheep.
for visuals back here? That everyone's. Where is everyone? Listen, move yo
Okay.
token bodies back to where you're at. Are you? No, you're where you're supposed to be.
Okay.
Arv, did you follow me halfway or did you?
I moved where I moved.
Okay, well I'm right here. Where are we? 30.
Yeah, well I'm right here.
Okay. Actually, I might want to be 60 feet.
Oh, I don't even care. I think you're
35. I'm within walking distance. Yeah, we'll be here.
good. Forget about it.
What kind of anglerfish monster did you guys find?
Get on with the sheep.
All right then. Arcanon, Spencer, go ahead and roll perception.
Oh, that's not a good roll for me.
Bane.
Why'd we send the blind idiots out?
Hold on.
Oh yeah, they
They're like
picture go.
squinting at the sheep.
Yeah.
Do I
want to use lucky? I'm gonna use lucky.
You could
Using
use
the
the
old
time,
luck.
the clock. Unless you can't
I-
use it retroactively.
I can use the clock, huh?
You cannot. You have to forego a roll.
Man,
You already rolled for
Yeah,
it.
it
Not
doesn't
a
work
retroactive clock.
retroactively.
Well,
I got a 16.
dude, if Ral
You
is
get
right
lucky,
about
son?
this and
Oh,
Arcanon
lucky,
told him
lucky
he was
boy.
wrong, it's gonna be real great.
Alright, as you're walking further down into the dune, it's not well represented on the map. You take notice that the dunes around where the sheep are all risen
Oh,
in a
it's
big
just
circle
it's like
surrounding the sheep. So it's like a very large bowl.
it's an ant lion, dude.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Mhm. You continue on your way.
The
The sheep
look
are
like
the
they're
sheep dead?
No, the sheep are fine. They're alive.
They're chilling.
Oh.
They're all together in a big horde.
Oh
But,
no.
What if
Sheep
the
horde.
antlion eats the sheep? We gotta save them.
Oh.
You
Yeah,
also notice that the sand beneath your feet is quite a bit softer than the rest.
Imagine caring about animals instead of your
Imagine
own lives.
ant lion.
Yeah.
So
Visions of antlion.
no, but there might be like some kind of like cave underneath the thing
There,
that
eat
has something in
treasure.
it.
Or
Yeah.
an antlion pearl, you know?
I'm
gonna tell Spencer here. I'm gonna tell him that that stay close to me. If we see any trouble, I could teleport us out of here. So I'm gonna start inching forward.
You got it, pal. And if we see any trouble, I also have a big sword. I have 2 big swords, but I'm only going to use the one for right now. Although I could use, and then he's going to keep kind of going like that, but it'll stay close.
Man.
I like playing Spencer. I get to play my inner child.
Oh,
I like
brother,
playing
this
Ral. I get
guy
to play my inner
stinks.
depressed old man.
I like to play Arv. I get to play my inner third-party observer.
Like, oh, they're dying. Huh.
Exactly.
Circle of life, I guess. So you guys are continuing to the sheep. Did I get that right?
Yes.
Okay. As you approach the sheep, the ground begins to quiver under your feet.
No.
Do
As it
we
starts
see
to
this?
turn and move, and you feel your ankles start to sink in.
Oh, the
Sheep also
fools.
begin to panic, and
Oh,
they
they're
start to
real.
huddle together for safety.
Idiots.
Fools. Scoundrel.
Do we notice the sand shifting? I am here looking for danger because I'm expecting it.
Oh yeah, it's not subtle.
Hey, you guys want to get out of there now?
I'm gonna say Arco's gonna say
Just cast giant insect on the outline.
let me see what spells I have. Um uh, I'm gonna look at Spencer. I'm like, what do you think? Should we get out of here?
Spencer will shrug and say, "Yeah, ground moving beneath my feet usually isn't a good thing. So, but I suppose you don't think we can save any of those sheep, do you?"
Actually, hold on. I'm gonna tell him I could I could maybe save one, but then I couldn't save you.
Oh. Well, there's lots of sheeps out there.
Yeah.
I guess get us out of here if it's gonna happen.
All right, I'm gonna dimension door us, both of us, out of there. But like not like too. We're gonna just outside the bowl shaped area.
All right. You guys can move your pieces back to safety, or you can be at a different part if you want to be at a different part of the bowl.
All right. Well, I have to follow you, so you go.
Where I don't. Where's the edge of the bowl? On the
We're
map.
just kind of abstracted it since it's not.
Okay. Well, we'll say I'll just go right
the
here.
map.
We're outside. We're at the edge of the bowl. Like we're outside the bowl. Though.
Bowl edge.
Yeah. I'm looking down on the sheep.
All right.
You think you're better than
As
them?
predicted, a large creature sticks its head up out of the sand.
Oh no!
Starts to shake off.
No.
Starts to shake off sand from its great wings. Looks around and grabs one of the sheep with one claw and begins to eat.
Is that a bronze dragon?
Everybody go ahead and roll nature. This is an absolutely enormous creature.
Whatever.
Metallic dragon of some sort.
Oh, it's metallic at least.
Oh, it is metallic,
That's
though, is
okay.
what we can tell.
What is it? Nature?
Nature, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, nature.
Wow, Spencer's smart today.
Spencer passed.
Easy.
Ooh!
I've
Alright.
read about these in the library with Jane, my old friend.
Who's gone?
Friendly dragon.
Finished.
Yep. This is a brass dragon.
Brass.
A metallic dragon. Good-natured. They live in deserts. They love stories, alcohol, and they are generally chill people. However, Arv, you know a little something else, which I'll whisper to you now.
Oh, don't mind if I do.
Oh, are these his pet sheep? Cause that'd be really cute, man.
They're
those his-
literally his food. He's actively eating one of them.
That's his
Oh,
dinner.
okay.
Actively eating one of them.
Oh, never mind. Are these his flock that he eats sometimes?
Oh, that's so cute.
Aw, he's a farmer, keeps his own food.
He's
Good
just-
job.
He's
Farmerman.
chomping on it right now. He's eating it carefully to make it so the blood doesn't go everywhere. He's a very conscientious eater.
Wow,
Yeah,
so
and sheep are
civilized.
so like accepting of death that they probably just chill there. Sheep will like get stuck in a bush and then like get stuck for like 5 minutes and then just lay down and go to die. Like accept that they're gonna die.
They're just prepared for death.
Like,
Oh
oh,
man.
I tried.
I barely moved 3 times. This is it.
It's actually a type of bush that is technically a parasitic plant
Whoa.
or a carnivorous plant, but is not a carnivorous plant, but has developed to it's like kind of a
eat sheep.
carnivorous plant. Yeah, basically it's a briar bush that grows in the desert in like the Middle East or something like that. And sheep are notorious for getting stuck in it and then just laying down and dying, and then the sheep's body just fertilizes the plant for like its entire life.
Dude, that's some crazy evolution right there.
Yes,
Yeah,
it
I was gonna
is.
say, that's very interesting because it is directly like, oh yeah, this isn't something that's technically beneficial for the plant.
Yeah,
But
it
because
just
enough
happens
sheep
to be that way.
Yeah.
because enough sheep died in it, that plant would have had a better time surviving, and therefore more plants were like it, kind of deal.
It's
Like
pretty cool.
there's nothing beneficial about it, except for the part where sheep are stupid.
No, not that, William.
Oh no.
All right.
Alright, so
Well, Spencer is going
also-
to as
also Spencer, sorry, I forgot this. Spencer and Arv, you note that this dragon is absolutely titanic in size. It's probably very many centuries old.
Mm.
Anyway, that's it.
All right.
Going.
cool.
Oh, I
Well,
forgot to put Hephaestus on this map.
I would be willing to go and talk to a dragon. That sounds pretty cool. Dragons are cool, especially brass dragons. I'll actually tell Arcanon, like, hey, that dragon likes stories. You got any good stories to tell it?
I'm gonna say, do I?
All right, well, let's go say hi. Also,
Well,
maybe we can explain why we're going towards the sheep. I really thought they were just that they were lost and they needed to be saved, legitimately.
Legitimately.
Yeah, so Arcanon's gonna kind of walk a little bit closer and hail the dragon with a kind of big
Alright.
old hand waving motion.
Says, I hope this doesn't sound too strange, but I'm a little disappointed you're not a blue dragon. Says, my trap didn't work. Well, perhaps next time. Says, always a delight to meet, some adventurers. That's what you are, I assume.
And I'm gonna say,
He pauses a moment to chew his food.
I'm gonna say, as very astute. I'm gonna say yes. We're actually traveling to because we've heard there is a Kieran that he's gonna point in the direction of the mountains at the top of those mountains. And we could definitely desperately use the assistance of Kieran right now.
Spencer's going to nod and say, and also, you know what? I'm kind of sad I'm not a blue dragon too. That'd be pretty cool if I could fly.
Hey, she didn't want to say that.
Says, yes, a wonderful gift indeed. Yeah, he swallows the sheep and you can hear it sliding down the throat.
Is it bawling as it goes down the throat?
Yeah. On the outside. Says, all these years of flying and I somehow never get tired of it. Says, have you ever had the pleasure to fly so high in the sky?
No, but I was giant yesterday. Or 2 days ago.
I'm gonna say, actually, I have. I've ridden on top of a dragon who was a great friend of mine. In the
Didn't
past,
even
and
happen.
then he's gonna say in the pat, and then he's gonna pause, and he's gonna say, "Well, another time, from another time." He was gonna say from the past, but
In the past future. That hasn't passed yet.
Says, oh, a child of Bahamut, I assume. Unless he takes a big sniff, and suddenly his eyes turn in the direction of Hephaestus.
Yeah. Ral's trying to shoo him away with his arms while he looks over.
Now, Hephaestus stands in the open. He is unafraid, even if perhaps he should be. Says, I'm not sure if you're aware. Says, over there is one of the children of Tiamat.
Whoa.
Says, well, perhaps my hunt will not be as fruitless as I assumed.
I'm gonna say no. No. He's despite him being a red dragon, he's actually a good guy. He's on our side.
Go ahead and roll persuasion.
Oh wait, my persuasion's actually insane. But
If you want to take the clockwork amulet, now is the time, or you could leave it to fate.
What is the clockwork amulet?
It just defaults
It makes
to 10.
you roll a 10. You
Plus
add your
whatever
modifiers.
Yeah.
Yeah, you add your modifiers as normal, but it makes the roll automatically a 10. You can use it once per day.
Sure. So that makes it a 20 then, because my persuasion is plus 10.
Sheesh.
All right. With it. All right, you
Sheesh,
hold the
one could say.
watch, and I'll let you roleplay exactly how the watch works, but you use it somehow, and it makes things lawful.
He
Or
does
you
like
could
a
let me do it.
Cheerio thing where he opens the watch and puts it out of his pocket, and that's it.
Yeah.
Just makes him talk nice.
If you don't want to, I can do it for it.
I can't think of what the watch would even do.
Yeah, if you're a square, he could just
Alright.
do it for you.
I think
Square.
so the watch is closed most of the time, and you use it, by opening it. And you see the hands of the watch spin around rapidly, going back and forth before ending up at the noon position, at which point it snaps shut. And suddenly, you know precisely what the most lawful thing to do is.
But of course.
Anyway, the world bends toward your will.
As it always does. Just
Anyway,
kidding.
the dragon says, well, isn't that the tale? Gives a big dragon smile. He says, I suppose if it's just foolishness, I can always finish the job, as you might put it. But he says, but I'm intrigued. He steps over towards the rest of the group, flapping his wings a little bit. Spencer and Arcanon, you're within distance, and you're surprised a little at how little sand he kicks up. Says, I've forgotten my manners. My name is... I'm going to try to pronounce this the best I can. Baratathlaer. As a guardian of different parts of the desert, moving here and there as the winds take me. He says, I've smelled you and found no evil in your group's heart, so I permit you to pass.
You smell the same group? We got a red dragon and a vampire.
Oh, right. I totally forgot about that one.
No! What are you
Except
doing?
you.
In fact, we've got 2 vampires.
All right. He smells, and he says, well, from each of these humanoids, the Goliath there, the tiefling, that human, and
that guy.
he sniffs deeply with Arv, and he says, I don't think I've had the pleasure of smelling your kind before.
Does he also smell my black dragon wing bow and also dragon scales?
Yeah, he does smell that, and he says, I smell the stench of the death of a black dragon on those. Says, another story, I'm sure. He looks at Hephaestus, and he's a little astonished. Says, in all my time, I've never met a red dragon that smelled quite like this one. Says its
Smelling
greed
cute.
is tempered somehow. Is more reasonable.
Spencer's going to say, I also haven't smelled a red dragon like that one, but the number I've smelled of red dragons I've smelled is 1. So
Kind of one.
And then he looks across the dunes. Says, more than a training, a blessing, I think. As some I can smell the power of my lord Bahamut on that one. Says, very well, I will not kill you today.
I'm gonna say,
He does.
I'm gonna say, oh, Bahamut. Well, me and him go back a bit, or perhaps go forward a bit. Me and him have connections, I should say.
Says, go forward. I see. Says, do tell, do explain.
I'm gonna say, and I haven't told any of the other party this, but I'm gonna say, let's see. I'm actually from the far future myself. I don't know the exact time frame that we're in now, but I imagine a couple millennia. And he says, there's actually a great war in the future between Tiamat and Bahamut, and I was blessed enough to serve under Bahamut's side as one of the commanders of his armies.
Now, Arcanon, is this the first time you've revealed to the party what you learned while with Taiki?
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Yeah, Rel and Arv just whispering to each other.
This is a load of barnacles.
There's a load of barnacles.
Spencer's just gonna be like, yeah, that's pretty cool. Future. So I don't even know what questions Spencer would ask, but that's just kind of like, what? Kind of cool.
Now, go ahead and roll persuasion to convince the dragon of your story.
Wait, Lucky. Oh,
I'm starting to understand why you took the lucky feat. Because your rolls suck, dude.
A little bit.
All right. At first, you find it a little bit hard to convey your story convincingly. But you manage to luckily stumble into the right words. Dragon says, well, in all my centuries, that's the first time I've ever heard that one. Says, I've longed to gaze into the future. I'll be sure to ask you what things await us. Says, but there's one more who I've smelled here. You guys look over, and Fivik is digging into the sand.
Oh, you big idiot.
Trying his best to evade this creature.
No.
He looks over and he says, on that one I smell the scent of wickedness. Says, vanity is great vanity and disregard for others.
Fine, you could kill him. We're gonna resurrect him anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
yeah,
I'm
exactly.
gonna say that's actually why we're going to the Kieran to heal him up from his vampiric state.
The vampire. Says that explains it. And how has he been as a companion? Has he caused you trouble? Shall I dispatch him?
I'm gonna say no. He's between you and me, he's not a threat at all.
Rao's gonna say, not a threat at all.
Spencer's actually going to speak up here as well. He'll say, I mean, he has expressed a diswillingness to comply when he's at the top of the mountain. So perhaps having a dragon off him now would quicken things. But also, then we wouldn't have the extra manpower to get up the mountain. So I can see it either way.
Says, very well. Says,
very well.
I will follow your wisdom.
Small.
Rao's gonna look at Arcanon and then at the dragon and then at Fivik. How strong does Fivik seem? Because he's obviously not at the level of Paelius, but he has a connection to Paelius. So, how much of a threat do I think he would be at the top of the mountain versus 4 of us? Or 3.
Roll insight.
Yeah, 4 of us. I will. I'm gonna think about this while the dragon's offer's on the table.
Alright. You see that Fivik is currently the second strongest member of the party.
Okay.
He could take any one of you except for perhaps Arcanon.
Except for perhaps Arv.
Rao's gonna look at Arcanon, raise his eyebrows.
Sorry, I'll add that he could... I'll add, maybe a little condescendingly, he could take any other member of the party easily.
Oh no.
Ooh.
He
Okay.
said you guys
Sucks.
suck.
Rao's gonna go up to the brass dragon and give a little half bow and say, rather than lose one of ours, might be better for him to come back already dispatched.
And Arcanon's gonna say, Arcanon's gonna say we don't know, what's gonna happen once we kill him. Are we gonna be able to keep his body all the way, intact all the way up to the summit?
Rao's gonna step a little closer to him and say, if we, the whole point of going up there is if we meet a Kirin, we don't need the body, right? We could
There's no
take
Kieran.
we could take a piece.
Wait,
I
I
thought
thought the Kirin cast. Is it?
True
The
resurrection.
Kirin
Oh, I thought
cast.
it was-
No, it's wish. So
is it
Is
Wish?
it Wish?
What
What
was
right,
was it,
William? It's
William?
wish, right?
It's true resurrection without components,
Oh,
Close enough to wish.
which is basically wish.
Yeah.
He says you
Just-
have to
just
pay
without-
me 24,999 gold coins.
I saved
It's a
you
discount,
one
really.
gold coin.
But if there is no Kirin, which my dice seem to think otherwise, or if we
Arcanon's
can't
gonna
find it,
Arcanon's gonna say no, but you guys could do something different.
Rao's just
Did
gonna
died a
stand there
long
and
time ago.
frown.
I was going to say, Fibic died a long time ago. It's an offense to his memory for something to be walking inside of his body like that.
And if he kills one of us, how do you think he'll feel when he wakes up?
Huh. We just hired a hitman dragon.
But then there's the question of Paelius. He'll probably know when he's
Yeah,
dead.
Spencer's just kind of thinking. He says, "Aren't vampires supposed to be hard to kill though? Like, if you kill him now, doesn't he like go to his coffin or whatever, and then we have to find that coffin and then bring that to the top of the peak?"
How much do I know about true vampires, William? I didn't really study in libraries about it much.
Can't believe you didn't study.
Listen,
Yeah, what the hell?
we could barely read over in these parts, okay? From Hicktown.
Yeah, we can barely read on these.
Hello?
William's dead.
I think he is. That's sad.
William's dead. It's always dead.
Oh, he's muted. I see. I guess
William
we'll
hates
wait.
us.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I was trying to explain the whole time, and I wondered why everyone was ignoring me.
Oh,
Quick,
well.
don't let
Uh,
William speak.
Okay, so Raul, I'll just give that one to you,
Cool.
based on your nature. That's true for full-blooded vampires, but not for Fibic, because he's a
thrall.
vampire spawn.
Yeah, a spawn.
He's
Yeah.
got a lot of cool powers, but he's not nearly as unkillable as the master vampires.
I think you gave this to me before too. He has to like drink the blood, right? Something.
Yeah, there.
Drink the
If his
Kool-Aid.
vampire master dies, or if the vampire master gives him his own blood,
Okay.
then he'd become a true vampire. But if you kill Fibic now, he's gone.
Yeah.
It's hard to do, but it can be done.
Rao's gonna say, we have to do it before we get back to take care of that vampire in. It's gonna look at the dragon and say, "That city," and it'll be easier to take care of it with this offer by ourselves. It's hard, but not as hard as getting the other one will be. There's a little
I'm
bit of a
gonna say,
difference.
do what you want. I think it's more trouble than you're thinking it's gonna be, though.
Only if he gets away. I'm gonna turn toward the
Hephaestus.
dragon. Oh yeah, and Hephaestus. Oh man.
Hephaestus runs over and bites Raoul on the leg.
Rude!
Hey.
Ow!
Whoa, whoa. Kill him. Kill him too.
You take
Man!
2 piercing damage from this bite.
I'm gonna shake him off and say, listen, oh, I have 10 hit points. I'm gonna lean
Food's
down
so
and
good it
say,
can stop a dragon's bite. I'm gonna start selling it.
yeah, look at that. I'm gonna lean down and say, you wanna keep him? It's not, who it was before.
He looks torn, thoughtful. It's difficult. Go ahead and roll insight. Arcanon and Spencer and Darv too, if you want. Anybody can roll insight as well.
I don't
Good
want.
stats.
I'll roll insight.
Cleric stats.
I'll
I'll roll
insight.
insight.
There's a lot of barnacle.
15.
I'm still seeing sparks for your little picture there.
Really?
You gotta refresh.
Yeah,
I,
it's weird. Arcanon is
I
on the
see
left, but
Arcanon.
Sparks is on the right.
Yeah, I see
I'll
Arcanon.
refresh. Anyway, it looks like everybody rolled pretty well. So, yeah, you can see that this is Hephaestus is upset at the ease with which you guys dismiss Fibic.
Yeah, good
He has-
job, Hephaestus.
He has a strong bond with Fibic, and even in his evil state, he doesn't want to hear you guys so casually talking about this
My
dragon
man.
destroying him.
I said it was disrespectful.
Yeah, Raoul in particular, you can see that it'll take some talking to let Hephaestus do this, and you have to convince Hephaestus that this is okay, that this is the right thing to do. And if you don't do that before going through this plan, he will resent it greatly.
Oh, the baby.
Uh,
Yeah.
But you have to talk to him about why it's okay that you're gonna vaporize his friend.
Ask Hamilton, is he afraid of this giant dragon as he was before? Of the black dragon? My son? My boy?
William died again.
My little
Alright,
puppy.
I didn't hear the question. I was reading something.
Hamilton, is he afraid of this dragon? Because he was afraid of the black one.
Oh yeah, he's digging his way into the sand.
Well, Hamilton, that dragon does the same thing. You silly, silly man. You have a lot to learn before you're able to save anyone. But I believe you can save the world.
Stop!
That's
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
That's what he would look like when I cast 2 spells on him. And then
Legit.
he's cool. Except he has armor on.
But he's
But he's cool.
But he is cool.
Rao's gonna look at everyone and see that Arv doesn't care. Arcanon says no. Spencer's torn, and Hephaestus is torn. Say, well, if I'm the only one, you guys should take my word for it, but I'm not gonna force it.
Spencer's going to say, no. I understand the
Arcanon-
physical implications.
Yeah.
Say, listen, he's not the same person he was before. He's a walking corpse and a danger to everyone else here.
Spencer at this point will actually shrug and, as a surprising amount of insight, says, "Well, I know about as much about him as I know about you, and sometimes you're both pompous assholes. So, can we extend the same courtesy to you and revive you at the top of the mountain?"
Not me. None of that came through, Brittany. I just saying.
I didn't say
Yeah, I
anything.
heard it.
Didn't hear it.
Oh.
Okay.
Rao's gonna just put his hands up and say, I'm not about revivals. I'd rather just die and have it be over with. You have to die to be revived. And I'd rather just do it only one more time. You know what I mean?
And then Spencer's going to nod and say, "So you just wish for death, but what does?" And then he'll point to Fibic and say, "But what does he wish for? Because all I've heard of the entire time I've been here has been that he is fine as a vampire. So
Now he is.
what's to disrespect his wishes from yours?"
We had a party member who used a special rope from one of the gods. Brought his original. He's gonna wave his fingers by his temple, his original mind back, and he asked us to bring him back. Thought it was disgusting. Is that enough for you?
Roll persuasion.
Oh no.
People change, Rawl. Okay.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah, the DC was like 12 because that's my charisma score.
Oh, that's
So,
smart. That's a smart way to do it.
He's just gonna shrug and say, "Well, that's your word against his." And he'll say, "And I've had a lot of those while out in the field on missions before. It never turns out well for the person who people are trying to convince me to kill."
Rao will just put his hands up in defeat and say, well, try to protect you when it turns south.
And then he'll kind of look at Fippic and say, "I'm not defending you because of your inherent goodness. I'm defending you because when we get to the top of that peak, if we end up killing you and reviving you, we'll see if it was the right choice then. But all I care about is I'm guiding these people to the top of the peak because that's what I'm paid to do. So I'd prefer if all of the people I was hired to protect get there alive."
I'm gonna actually
Arcanon's gonna say, from what you've heard, my scaly friend, what do you? He says, I know your kind are very wise at times. What do you think we should do?
He says, well, if you're able to find this keyrin, then it may be no matter. It may be a convenience. However, if you are not able to find it, what about that? Quite a twist there. As think on this. If you are unable to revive your friend from vampirism, would you prefer to leave him alive?
No.
Yeah,
And then
Arcanon's
is gonna say, I don't think the real Fibic, I don't think would want to stay alive in that case. So no. You guys hear me?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
I heard what you said. Just I cannot. Says in that case, no matter. Hephaestus now turns his ire towards the dragon. And even though this dragon is several orders of magnitude larger than he has no fear.
And I'm gonna say, I'm gonna go to Hephaestus. I'm gonna say, I'm quickly going to Hephaestus. I'm gonna say, I know it's hard, little buddy. He says, that even he's gonna say, Hephaestus, you've probably been Vivek's closest friend out of all of us. Perhaps your word uh, should have the most weight. He says, "What do you think we should do?"
Festus looks over to Fibik, stares long and hard. Arcanon, go ahead and make a charisma check.
Oh.
Just flat charisma.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Hephaestus stares.
Charismatic.
Hephaestus stares at the little hole where Fibik has now buried himself like an ostrich.
Ostriches don't do that. It's a myth.
Like a mythological ostrich.
Like the famous mythological ostrich.
My favorite kind.
The metaphorical ostrich. Anyway, he looks over to where Fibik is. Stares for a very long time. 1 minute passes, then 2. However, once he's done pondering, he looks over to Arcanon and gives him a simple nod. And says, "Do it."
I'm gonna say,
Whoa.
I'm gonna say, well, black, brass dragon.
I have a name, you know.
What did he say his name was?
You guys
see it
can
right
see
there.
the caption under his
Oh, I'm gonna say, well, Baratathlaer.
Baratathlaer.
Yeah, Baratathlaer.
I
It
think the
looks
brass
like
dragon might kill you for that pronunciation of his name.
it looks like we've got ourselves a solution. Would you do the honor? Would you help do the honors of taking the undead out of this man, sort of speaking?
As if that is what you will, I will perform the service. Hephaestus looks over, and you can see that even though he's given permission, he is still very much torn at this action. Baratathlaer flaps his wings, and in short while is over to where Fibik is. He puts down one of his clawed hands into the sand and draws Fibik out. Tosses him up into the air.
I'm
Catches him.
gonna shield Hephaestus from seeing this. I'm gonna say, no need to see this for now.
As Hephaestus is going to bat aside your hands or move around your body, however you're trying to shield him, to look at it, and he still looks concerned, but he wants to see what happens. All right, Fivik has drawn his swords and he's swiping at the dragon, but the dragon manages to dodge his blows by continually juggling him between the hands. You hear the dragon say, "You'll thank me for the. Don't worry, little one. If your friends succeed, you'll thank me for this. And remember that it was Baratathlaer who sent you into the beyond."
Oh my gosh.
Mighty Baratathlaer.
Yes.
How
He
much
tosses
does
him.
how much does true resurrection cost? If we
25,000.
25,000.
25,000 gold pieces. It's the most expensive spell in
and
the
the
game.
other one is 10,000 if you have a piece of their body.
Yeah, but it doesn't reverse vampirism.
Oh, okay, so it won't even matter.
That's
Okay.
why you need true resurrection or
Yeah.
wish.
We don't need to carry around no ears, okay?
Alright. Anyway. He tosses him into the air, and as Vivek screams in rage, he blasts forth a tremendous blast of fire. I actually need to do a roll for this.
I'm watching. If I'm hired one day to kill a brass dragon, I need to know how. Step 1: don't get blasted by fire while being thrown in the air, screaming like a baby.
8. He actually survives. Okay. A tough one. He continues juggling, and Arconon, you see that Hephaestus has now finally looked away. He turns around and looks up at you. Hephaestus always has a certain steely determination around him, and you've seen it shake today. But he's looking up at you and containing however he might feel. It doesn't take long for sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm gonna say that was a very courageous choice, Festus. You've already reached a wisdom well past your years.
All right. Doesn't take long. The dragon's breath weapon to return.
Well,
And this time he does it. And in short order, Vampire Fivik is turned to ash.
Yeah, everybody get his stuff.
Yeah,
can
please
tell me his stuff's not gone.
The stuff might be gone.
Because this is like Curtis's stuff.
Again.
Have
someone can carry it.
I am big enough to carry all of the stuff.
All right. It looks like he keeps all of his magical items.
Okay,
that's good enough.
They don't burn in the dragon fire.
So it looks like the only things out of his equipment that are valuable and destroyed are his fancy clothes from the party and his arrows, which he has 40 of.
What about his
I
money?
did have a lot of arrows.
Everything else is vaporized.
Mm.
So his ring of invisibility, his 2 swords, healing potion, short bow. It's got a lot of cool stuff. But it's all still there. falls
Oh,
into a
okay.
heap beneath him.
Okay.
Okay, so do you want me to list out the stuff, or how are you guys going to manage his stuff?
Well,
I'm assuming maybe Spencer can carry it.
Honestly, from a professional standpoint, Spencer would actually pick up any Packer stuff, and he's dealt with stuff like this before. Usually, it'd be returning something like this to the company or the family. It would not be looted among the people who were there, unless it was a
Yeah.
dire situation. And this was something that was not a dire situation. So professionalism, he would scoop up all the stuff and keep it in one spot, especially since we're returning Fibic to life.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
just listing
I'm
all
going.
this stuff.
Yep, I'm going to collect everything.
A lot of stuff here. Not even done.
I mean, if it's on Fibic's character sheet, do you really need to list it out? Because we could just write Fibic's pack or something.
Okay. Yeah, I guess if nobody is going to use his stuff.
I will
There
add
is
Fibic. I'm sorry.
Alright. One thing that may probably not going to be of interest to you, Raul, but I should mention it. Among his possessions is the crystal chalice
Yeah.
that you
Oh,
saw
I
him drinking
remember.
out of earlier, which gives an unlimited supply of blood to drink.
Yeah. Well, I'm definitely not going to take that after Spencer compared the two, because then he'll think that that's why I said to kill him. So I'm not touching that.
Alright. And that is that. Anyway, he walks over, not flies, displacing quite a bit of sand as he does. Says that the sands will take him. His dust will join this great dust. Flies over. Says, I'm just proud that I could perform the service and make it quick. Says, this has been an interesting day. Says, and we've barely just begun. Gets down on his all of his legs, and he says, come, spend some time with me. Says, enjoy some sheep.
Hey.
Says, I know I may not look it, but I'm actually a fantastic cook.
Oh,
Or so I've been told.
Mr. Bartholomew says this?
Bartholomew.
Baratathlaer?
The dragon, yeah.
All right. Sorry, I missed that entire thing. He's bragging about being a good cook. I'll learn.
He wants you guys to stay, and he's offering to cook sheep. He's inviting you guys to stay. That's
I'm somewhat of a
Sure.
cook myself.
How far do we still have a day's travel to go, or how far?
Yeah.
I guess we could rest here, but I guess I should have asked how far we traveled today.
Oh, let's see. I hadn't decided that. I'll roll a d8.
We did find the corpse and everything too.
That was the day
was
before.
Yesterday.
Oh, I was wrong.
Brittany wrong?
Yeah, I know. Isn't that crazy?
Insane.
If you guys
idiot.
stop here, then you'll still have another 6 hours of travel.
Well, this guy did do something very useful to us, so saying no would be rude.
If you guys are down to basically travel another day afterwards. Sure, we can stay and I would love a dragon's hospitality. It's just we might want to get to the top of the peak soon. So
Ra will say, well, there's not much of a rush now, is there? And he's gonna go sit by himself over here.
I suppose not.
Well, if there's anything that dragons have in great quantity, aside from gold, it's time. Says I've filled my many days with many, many stories, as I'll be sure to regale you as we feast.
Amazing, wonderful. Let's do it.
I would love to hear some.
All right. All right. He shares stories for hours, occasionally barbecuing a sheep in the process. It's a little bit odd, but the sheep never, panic when he grabs one of their number.
Tom's.
Takes out sword, which in his hands, to you guys it would be a great sword, but in his it's basically a little cutting knife, and chops them up, distributing them to the party. Goes on for hours and hours. Guys barely get a word in the whole time. Talking about how he's seen the spread of the desert and armies rise and fall.
I'm gonna
Ask how old
he
he is.
Says I am well into my 7th century.
Holy crap.
He says, by my count, I am 760 years old.
I'm gonna say
older than this desert by far.
I'm gonna say
I remember back in the days of the Orc King, Grognock One Eye. He starts to launch into another one of his tales.
Archidon actually very much enjoys listening to his stories.
Honestly, same with Spencer.
Arv's gonna give him a gift for his hospitality.
A gift?
A gift. He will give him one of the dragon scales.
You want to give me a gift?
No. No, I don't think I will.
He takes it and he holds it up to his eye curiously. Says, did you learn the name of this foul creature before you slew him?
Westreleth.
He looks at you incredulously. Says, Westreleth. I know that rascal. House Oragoth.
Yeah, Arva's gonna say, I was wondering how you two and like air quotes shared such a small territory.
Says, in truth, says I was sleeping for a long time. Says he must have come in only recently. Is probably booted out of house and home by his relatives.
Well, he's booted out of much more than house and home now.
As while I would take care, those Oragoth, they know foul magic. As it may be even that you haven't seen the last of Westreleth.
Ra will say from over there that
we haven't seen the Lastroleth?
Oh my goodness.
Archidon is casting Ray of Disintegration or whatever it's called on Spencer, so.
Ra will shout from over here and say, his body decomposed unnaturally quickly, so you're probably right.
Just kill him again.
Be, Or it may be that he was consumed by his own acid.
I doubt it. He took some to the face and it didn't do anything to him.
I was gonna say, not likely. I picked these scales using my bow. The acid didn't affect the black dragon parts.
Says curious. Says, well,
Curious.
I shall now be more vigilant. I will seek out his lair and destroy it most thoroughly.
Hey yo,
What a pal.
what a guy.
As this reminds me of the time when, in my youth, I tussled with a pair of blue dragons, and came out the victor. As you could see, this particular scar, and he points to some part on his arm, and launches into another tale.
Yes.
Hours pass. The sun moves overhead.
If there's a
All right.
point where he ends a story, Rao's gonna say, were you awake when the Pharaoh moved in? Did you tussle with any of them?
Says, indeed I have. Looks sadly. Says, in all my time. Says, I've fought with the Netherese, always escaping them. But these Farum, as creatures most foul. As most of them have kept a wide way away from me. But I think it's only because I move around so quickly that they have not tried to take my life.
Say,
Says, although I have in my time killed many.
like this one time. Say,
Says, I remember the
Baratathlaer.
first time I saw a Farum. Says, it was a dark and stormy night.
Say, Baratathlaer. You were here when the desert first came to be, right?
Says, oh, indeed, I remember it used to be all these wide fields. I would fly just under the sun.
Well, we know why the desert's this way, but we don't know how to fix it, right? Is the thing, or we don't know why it's this way?
You do know why. The Farum are making it this way. They're
Oh, okay.
sucking the life out of it.
What were the druids doing specifically? What was their thing that they were up to?
They were fruitlessly
They were
waiting.
They were
definitely
spreading
doing that.
seeds.
Yeah.
They're spreading seeds because they have the hope that if the desert should ever end, it won't end by itself. They need to do something about it. So even though every seed they've ever spread has died, they spread seeds still.
Seeds can, seeds can keep for a pretty long time in a hot, dry place.
Mhm.
Who knows?
That's what they were doing.
What time's it in game?
Oh, the sun is starting to go down, and he's showing no signs of stopping. Says, I used to come here from time to time from my ancestral home in the southern desert. Says, oh, those deserts are even more golden than these. But I was tempted to come and go to these fields. And there was grass as far as even my eyes could see. And he goes on into another story, which lasts for well over an hour.
I was gonna go to sleep.
Says, oh, don't you want to hear more? Don't you want to hear more about the time that I
shitted my pants in 3rd grade?
I hate you, Zach. You're so dumb.
I think Zach is the best.
No, he's
jokes.
he's the opposite.
As the time that The time that I traded riddles with a genie?
Or maybe about the time that, well, back in 3rd grade.
As well, if you'd like to go to sleep, I'm sure I can pick up the story in the morning. As perhaps I could even hear a few of yours.
I was gonna say, well, you're welcome. Yes, we'll have some time to talk in the morning over breakfast, but you're welcome to follow us to the mountain if you'd like. We must be leaving fairly early tomorrow.
Make a persuasion check.
Do my specialty. Not bad.
Says,
He just
"Oh, the
starts
mountain will
crying all
keep."
over us.
He says, "Oh, the mountain will keep. That spell works for 200 years." Says, "It's not often that I have such attentive company." Says, "And I have many more stories, as I'm sure you do." Says, "Why, I could even go and take a few treasures from my hoard." Says, "I have a magical bowl that creates a most delicious of sweets." Says they take cream and they add sugar to it, mix it up.
Cream.
Yeah.
Makes them. They
Says,
call it
"It's been so
caramel.
long since I've been able to pull out the good dishes."
You know that one episode of Chowder when they get shrunken and go in that little weird guy's house and have to play board games for eternity because he won't let them leave?
No, but it
Chowder-
sounds
Chowder-
great.
Chowder was
Chowder-
after my time. I've never seen Chowder.
Oh,
That was
Curtis,
after
you
my
would
time.
appreciate it, really. It's
You
great.
would. It's pretty good.
I'd
what
like to
we're
see
doing.
it too, but it is increasingly obvious to everyone that Baratathlaer does not want you to leave. Not in a malicious way, but in a aren't we having a good time way.
Aren't we having a good time?
Yeah, Arcanon. Well, we'd all notice this, right?
Yeah, over the courses of the many hours, you can see
Yeah.
that he much enjoys your company.
Also, the conversation Arv just had with him kind of made it blatantly obvious. Because Arv
Yeah.
gave a perfectly viable excuse, and then he said, "Huh."
And then he said, "You're an idiot. You're staying here."
No,
Spencer,
no.
I guess Spencer's going to kind of jump in and say, "True, it'll be there for a while, but we won't. And while we truly enjoy your company, we'll either have to come back another time, or you are free to join us. But we must be continuing for
And
we have much to do."
Arcanon's gonna say, "How about this? How about we return again in the future, and uh, perhaps we could spend a whole week then conversing over all of our own stories."
All right,
Don't be
Arcanon,
lying
go
to the
ahead and roll
dragon, man.
Arcanon, go ahead and roll persuasion with advantage to Dispenser, helping out.
Mr. Spence.
Oh,
Spencer.
baby, this is the natural 20 time. Well,
20
24.
photo. 24 pretty good.
And he says, "Oh, I see.
Oh.
My apologies. I've forgotten myself. You see, we dragons live for so long that the passing of weeks or months or years seems so small to us, but it is not so for you uh, humanoid creatures."
yeah, you big
Says
idiot.
He says, "Oh,
says
I'm
my
sorry.
apologies.
I forgot myself. I just get so lonely."
Oh.
Says, "Very well." Says, In that case, you will depart in the morning. Says, but let us make this such a night to remember. Says, I will listen to your stories.
Lie, 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 lie,
So-
lie, lie.
Says,
Aw.
as I know it is a tradition among adventurers to take watches. Says, be rest assured that with me here, no danger will come. But would you take watch anyway?
And
Says, and I can listen to each of you share stories.
Oh.
Chat.
I'm gonna say
that
that would be perfect. Just to stay up, just to have a companion with. I would very much enjoy that.
All right. Unless anyone in the party has a problem with it, that is what we will do.
I like that.
No problems
All right.
here.
It doesn't matter which order the watch is in, but what story will each of you share with the dragon?
Arv will tell him about the admins. Everything about the admins.
I'm gonna tell him everything about the war in the future
Hmm.
and about the heroes who saved it.
Whoa, those guys are pretty cool.
Yeah, they're kind of stupid, if I'm being honest.
They are definitely a little stupid.
Baratathlaer
Yeah.
says to Arv, says, astonishing. In all my time, I'd never known is that such a being could exist. As to spread all throughout the stars, it's fascinating. And to Arcanon, he says, as this is a tale we've seen many times, that Tiamat rises, but Bahamut rises to meet her. Says, and so we see that good will triumph over evil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Spencer,
Yeah.
roll.
I think
yeah.
Spencer's going to tell just some fun mercenary stories about his merc history, and up into finding Doomwaker
Doomwaker.
That's
and
the
how
small.
he found Doomwaker.
Now Spencer tells him about that one time that he went to Chili's with his wife.
And how he got his name.
I met this extremely attractive man.
Who asked me if my wife wanted guacamole.
Says,
Said,
I
"I'll
will
take your
pass this story
guacamole,
down
Chili's,
through
man."
the ages to every single person I speak to for the rest of my centuries long left of life.
Everybody.
All right. Spencer, as you're telling his story, he asks if he could handle Doomwaker. Says,
Oh,
I wonder if I could peer into its mysteries.
I need something to pick my teeth.
Da-da-da. Yeah, I'll say I'll kind of shrug and like unhook it from his back and say, sure, go ahead and take a look.
Oh, I'll also
Alright.
tell him about that one time I made a giant tree come up and saved a bunch of robots. That was pretty cool.
Did that really happen?
Oh, it happened.
Alright.
What the hell's Raoul talking about, huh?
I haven't decided yet. I'm waiting.
Yeah, go ahead and tell. Go ahead and say what. I'm about to give Spencer some information. If you're waiting for dramatic purposes,
No.
that's fine. But you have a
She's waiting
moment.
because she's
I'll
dumb.
type it. Raoul's gonna tell him. Is everyone's sleeping when we share, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Raoul will tell him about
private information.
Crescent and leave off with if he ever meets him to tell him I am the one who informed him about him, and before he sends him to Hades.
Croissant.
If he's still alive.
All right. Okay, so while he's talking to Spencer, he'll take the sword. He spends a moment casting a spell. And then he says, "Ah, this sword, within it is the spirit of Relsar the Earthbreaker." Says, as a giant fire giant tyrant back from the age when dragons and giants did battle. So long ago that it's before even my time. As that is perplexing and perhaps a bit worrying. Says, be careful where you put that sword. And think wisely, young one, on what you do with that.
Answer's essentially just Gandalf who found Glamdring.
Spencer, when you mentioned the fire giant sword, he'll be like, "Oh, I have this other sword for you too," and he'll bring out the other fire giant sword that he has.
Oh, that reminds
Says, well,
me.
look at this. He holds it up, and he's large enough that the sword is actually kind of small for him, like a short sword.
That's how big the
And
sword is.
He says, ah, fire giants. Says, their craftsmanship amazing, but their cruelty limitless. Says, I wonder how many slaves died to make this sword.
350.
Well, I don't know how many slaves died to make this sword, but I actually found it in a cave, and it was buried in acid. So, like, it's actually a really good sword. I was thinking about maybe using it, and then it would go on like that for a little bit.
All right. Lastly, to Raoul's tale, says, truly you have seen many sorrows. Says, if I ever find this creature that did this to you, I'll be sure to pass your message along, right before I return him to the dust. Same as the other.
That's right.
But alas, this is unlikely.
Yes.
Can
I remind everyone that Raoul was wrong about the going to the sheep.
Yeah,
He would have never.
Yeah,
Just
we're not gonna talk about that. We don't need to talk about it.
No.
That's the only thing I want to talk about.
With the night concluded, and the sun rising once again, the party wakes, and Baratathlaer
Cooked his breakfast.
digs deep into the earth and pulls out this bowl of which he spoke. He says, I will part with 2 gifts. As this is the first, and he gives you guys a taste of what comes from this bowl, which is your guys' first taste of ice cream.
Ice cream!
Yay! Ice cream! That's delicious!
Hey!
That shit must be bussin'.
Yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
None of you have ever had this before, but it is magically delicious.
They're
Just
great.
like the cereal. So you guys can react to that however you want. And I'll give the second gift in a moment.
This is delicious, and my future conquest shall be only to recreate this sensation.
This is delicious, and my head hurts.
Yeah.
And then the thrice cream man from the chowder.
Thrice cream.
You remember that one?
No, I don't remember.
They create a sentient Ice Cream Man.
I don't know, but that whole show and
It's
Flapjack is just gold.
Flapjack.
Jack was the greatest cartoon in the
I'm
sense
telling you,
the
you like
whole-
Flapjack. I think it's made by the same people, isn't it?
You will like Chowder. I've barely
Yeah,
seen Chowder, and
it's
I know
great.
you will like
Flapjack.
Chowder.
Flapjack
Real
is
good.
so good. It's crazy. I gotta watch Flapjack again.
I also gotta watch Flapjack again.
Alright. He
Anyway,
presents a gift to Spencer. And he says, he says, I have found one after mine own heart, and I've been pleased to share this with you.
the wet
Says,
kiss.
please take this with you. He gives you a 6th level spell scroll.
Sheesh.
It contains the spell Hero's Feast.
That's a
Which you guys
Hey!
might remember from the last campaign. It makes a delicious feast
Hey!
that gives several advantages. Spencer
it's pretty
can't actually
spicy.
use this, but he's giving it to him anyway. Oh. Actually, he can't. Straight up can't. But Raoul and Arv can use this.
Oh, little cookery.
Yep. A 10-minute casting time, but it has several benefits, and he
Little don't mind
entrusts
if I
it
do.
to Spencer. Yep. He entrusts it to Spencer. He says, farewell, adventurers. Says, and know that you go with my blessing forward to Widowmaker.
We appreciate
Says,
your
and do be careful, for
Hospitality.
as you know, no one has ever summited that mountain.
we have the motivation for it, and we're grateful for your assistance.
And thank you for taking care of some of our baggage. That was really convenient of you.
Baggage.
Arv is going to. Arv is going to. First, Arv is going to fish Hamilton out of the sand. And
Oh yeah, Hamilton would have long since returned.
yeah, acquaint them. He probably would have done that earlier, but he's gonna say, when you look back on that scale, you'll always remember when you met our jolly band of adventurers. But we'll be back.
Says indeed.
Don't you worry.
And I promise that when you do, I will recognize you.
And Archidon is going to say, and if you're around in a couple millennia, we could use your help in the war.
You can't
He
change
says,
the
as
future.
Bahamut wills.
What was that?
If I live still, then I will join the fight, and if not, then may my bones bless these sands.
Bones.
Praise to Bahamut.
Baphomet.
Baphomet.
All right.
He says, good luck, adventurers, and know that long after your passing, you will live on in this dragon's memory.
Oh, sheesh.
Wow. Yeah,
Will
we're
you
gonna
put
die,
our
but
pictures up on the
wow.
agenda?
I'll give a very deep, respectful bow towards the dragon before we leave.
All right. If there's nothing else,
I think that's a good way
you
to
can be on
good
your
place
way.
to end it for tonight, because I'm a tired little boy.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and say your guys' trip to Widowmaker continues without incident.
I think we should roll
And I'll go
survival.
ahead and say that you see this gigantic mountain peering up, cloudless, impossibly high mountain.
Don't mind if I
before you.
do.
Don't mind if I do.
That ice cream, though.
Ice cream.
I'd go for some ice cream right now.
You ever get
Actually,
some
if I'm being-
what was he? A what dragon?
Brass.
Brass.
You ever had
Brass.
welcome to Brass Dragon ice cream?
You guys escaped from the brass dragon, who, if you hadn't done that check, might have kept you there for days or weeks.
As
Yeah.
long or forever.
Good thing we got a
He's
high
got
charisma
score.
boy.
We like turn over in our sleep and there's like skeletons of people that he just kept there forever.
Oh no.